Hello everyone. Most wonderful Monday evening. It looks again, and I kind of thought that it's very late, but it's not. It's just really dark. So, yeah. Welcome to this Facebook Live. This time I will be talking about Access X-Men. Now, I don't mean your ex-husband, although it could be X-Men also, but anyways, everything that is. X-Men is one of the specialty programs or classes in Access Consciousness, and it's quite interesting. The name itself often makes people say all kinds of weird things and think about like superheroes and all kinds of stuff. We have all these points of view about what it is and how it will definitely not apply to you. It has nothing to do with you. It's only for those people who are like extremely special and they know it, and they can fly or something, or people make movies about them, but actually not. Access X-Men is especially for those who have all kinds of different diagnoses like autism, ADHD, OCD, and all kinds of different things like dyslexia, things that are in this world that we live in considered disabilities. And Access doesn't see them that way. We actually see them as abilities that the rest of the world has not caught up with yet. So if you have heard anything about Access X-Men thingies or what we talk about, you might have heard about all these different capacities that these people have. And then you might think that, well, I don't have any diagnosis, so no can do. But actually, these capacities are something that everybody has. Everybody has a capacity for these capacities. But those who have the different diagnoses, they have gone so far in that evolution of those capacities and becoming them that they are not able to shut them off anymore. But then those of us who have not gone that far, have not been diagnosed yet, we have still the capacity to shut those capacities and abilities off. We can turn them off and pretend that we don't have them, and we can appear to be normal. How much have you pretended that you are normal because you're just very, very good at hiding everything that is different and great about you? For me, I am an X-Men facilitator as well, and I always, when I saw those classes, I was like, yeah, doesn't have anything to do with me. Like, why do you keep asking me to attend these classes? Doesn't apply to me at all. And when I finally did attend one class, I ended up signing up like 2 days before, and it was the class that got me most out of the wrongness of me. After that class, I was like, wow, all those things where I really thought that I'm like really, really, really wrong, just completely messed up, an idiot, is actually not that at all. There's something else there. And I didn't necessarily have like a great clarity on what the greatness is there, but it didn't feel wrong anymore. So that's like one of the reasons why I love these classes, and I so much would like to invite you to take any X-Men class that you can, to stop judging you, to not have that sense that you're somehow wrong. Because whenever you think that you're wrong, you are judging you, and you are taking away the gift that you could be to the world out of the world. Because you decide that it's something that's wrong. It's not a gift. And all those different capacities that we talk about when we talk about X-Men, there's all these like telepathic communication, maybe moving from place to another without anybody noticing, all kinds of things that you think are just from stories and fantasy. And I never thought that I had anything like that, because I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel anything special. I didn't feel anything. But then at one point then, what I started noticing is that I have this capacity to move from one place to another that for other people looks like I'm basically just jumping from one place to another through like a portal or something. And I'll tell you a bit more about what I mean. I noticed this when I was once in Paris shopping with my sister, and I would just go through the store and look at the different things. And my sister would get so confused and frustrated. She'd be like, "You're never where you're supposed to be. I see you walking that direction, but suddenly you appear right behind me there. Like, what the heck? Like, what's going on?" I was like, really? From my point of view, I just walk very like straightforwardly from one point to another. And then this kept occurring many times where people could never like find me in different places. They're like, "You're supposed to be there," based on the fact that you started walking towards that direction, but now you're over there. And I was once also living with this one family in Spain, and they started calling me the ghost, because from their point of view, I would suddenly appear behind them and just start talking, and they'd be like, "Whoa, my God, how did you come? Like, how did you get there? Like, we didn't hear you coming. Suddenly you're standing behind me." And I was like, really? And for a while I thought that people are just not paying attention or something. But then I started realizing that this is actually a capacity that I have, that I can move from one place to another in a different way. And for me, it feels totally normal. And I keep thinking, this is what everybody does. Of course, you can move like that. And when I go from one place to another like that, I don't really feel anything. It just feels like I'm walking to a place. So yeah, these capacities, they don't feel like anything. How much have you been looking for some special feeling to know that you have some special capacity? When in fact, when it is something that you are, that you be, it does not feel anything. It doesn't like have any feeling to it at all. So as long as you keep looking for that sense that you should feel somehow special or somehow great about it, you will miss the capacities that you do have and that you might actually already be using without even realizing. And when you start acknowledging that, wait a second, I do have a different capacity here than what most people seem to have, then that can just get greater. You can start using it more consciously. And I had this one experience recently at an airport where you're supposed to obviously do all these different checks and have all kinds of different papers and go through different checkpoints. And I was just like, okay, that doesn't really work for me. I need to have something different here. And I, from my point of view, just normally walked through, but nobody noticed that I was there. And then I was, got through the airport without anybody stopping me, anybody asking anything to see my passport or anything. So, yeah, somewhat useful capacities that we have that we dismiss because it doesn't feel a certain way. So what if instead you were looking for how does it feel, and you just feel special enough, and that would be the proof that you have some incredible magical skills? You started asking, how am I different that I haven't acknowledged? And the key thing that I was already talking about at the beginning of this video is to get out of the judgment of you. Stop judging that you are somehow wrong and start recognizing that, if I wasn't wrong, how am I strong? So there's some questions that you can start playing with, and also invite you to check the Access X-Men classes. I do have one coming up February 16th and 17th in the evening. It's an online class in English. And there's many other facilitators also offering these classes all around the world. And now really is the space in the world where these capacities are required. So, why did you come here? To make yourself wrong and judge you? Or to be the gift that you can be for you, for others, and this whole world? Hope to see you maybe at some classes, and what else is now possible. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.